evening, race fans. Welcome back into another edition of the NSRL. It is the Tuesday Night Trucks at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Team EJP 175. It's our regular season finale. Myself and Art in the booth, as always. How are we doing tonight?
I'm excited. Regular season finale. We got a little bit of short tracking.
Short tracking to end it, as has been the
Short
theme the
tracking
last couple of weeks. 175 laps, 175 miles. Yeah, so just over a mile long. 3 additional sets of tires for these drivers for total tonight. Field run anywhere from 70 to 75 laps. Stages at the conclusion of lap 55 or lap 110, or if we have a caution in the last 10 laps, that'll end the stage as well. With that 100% fuel limit, really shouldn't play a factor tonight, but that's what it is, 70 to 75. We'll see if anyone tries to play around that whatsoever. I don't think so. Air temp 71 degrees, track temp 92 degrees, a north-northeast wind of 5 miles an hour, now north, and the track surface obviously dry, unlike some of the action we saw over the weekend. A thrilling conclusion to the real-life Truck Series regular season, the battle for the points, and we have that here again this evening. 4 drivers fighting for the final 2 spots. Going to be a 5 drivers, I believe, fighting for the final 2 spots. Brock Packard, Logan Giesbrecht, John Wilco, Brandon Pfeiffer, and Rich Jett. Yeah, so 5 looking to go into 2. Or technically going into the last 3 spots, I suppose, because 2 of them are already in the chase as it stands, but it is tight. We'll get to that in just a moment, but looking forward to the regular season finale here, and without any extra delay, let's go ahead and get right into qualifying. Here's a man I expect to do well. The 06 machine, he showed good speed last week at Richmond. I think he'll do well again here this week on the flat track. Let's go on board with him. Three and 4. I mean, it is entirely flat. It's a pain to drive, truthfully. But he is top of the board, 30.231. Brandon Minto 2/10 behind Carlos Ortiz. Next up, Jared Wishon, then top of the board. He'll be the runner-up in your regular season standings. Brandon Pfeiffer, Logan Giesbrecht. Those are some of the bubble guys. Giesbrecht will be first through in the 39 machine. And he has a cell spin exiting turn number 2. He spun out.
What happened?
He crashed. Yes, he did. Over to Brandon Pfeiffer in the 18 machine. Yes, buddy. What number is that?
8 and 1.
The other way. What's that? 1 and 8 makes? 1 and 8 makes 18.
18?
Yeah. We have Matthew White here again this week, it looks like. I don't see Cole J. Wilson, so we're not going to have an absolute scrap up at the front of the field between those 2. Although that could change. He's got a couple more minutes to get in. First lap for Pfeiffer puts him 5th quickest. Logan Giesbrecht out again to start his first lap. Let's see what Pfeiffer can do here in 3 and 4 on his second and final lap. You see him highlighted there in gold because he's locked in on points for the race, but he is not locked into the chase. So I have him as this third color as gold. Second lap moves him up to third quickest. Matthew White on a really good lap further back. Logan Giesbrecht highlighted in green because he is a bubble driver, but on the right side of it, entering into tonight, 92 sliding out of turn number 4. And still puts him fourth quickest. Half a tenth behind, so imagine if he did not slide it out of turn number 4.
Oh, what happened?
He spun out 2.
Crashed?
Yeah. There's Brock Packard in the 49 truck. He is just above the bubble as well. About to make his qualifying attempt. Mike McConville. Looks like he'll beat us out.
8.
8.
8.
Alright, don't press the buttons anymore, please. Thank you.
It's all fun and games, so he starts smashing things.
Yeah.
What in the world?
I don't even know. Alright, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough.
I think he gets the bad ones, but enough. Oh.
Mike McConville here, working at the end of his first lap in the 8 machine. Good enough for provisional pole by about 0.06 of a second. Fantastic lap there. And now here over to Brock Packard, another one of your bubble drivers. About to start his first lap. Like we have 20 drivers as it stands with half of qualifying left. So points at a premium tonight. Steve Herring, Rich Chet, John Wilco electing to not qualify as it stands. Wilco qualified last week. It looks like he's going back to old reliable this week. First lap for Packard puts him P10. Just over Giesbrecht in terms of the bubble drivers. The apron legal at all times in New Hampshire. Oh, he is sliding out of turn number 4. He limps to the line. He'll stay 10th quickest. Jeremy Brown also out of turn number 4. And his lap good enough for P8. Looks like the Back Row Motorsports gang electing to not qualify here this evening. Interesting decision with Pfeiffer up in P4. John Wilco right on the bubble here. Looks like Mike McConville going to be your pole sitter here this evening. And let's take a look at what we're talking about tonight.
We're gonna crash.
No, we're not going to crash. So here you go. John Wilco, Brandon Pfeiffer, 20 points is the difference. That is it. Interesting. 431 points to his name, 411 for Pfeiffer. And then you have Richette, 30. Well, they're not racing right now. 37 points back. And that win, how pivotal could that be for Brandon Pfeiffer? We're sitting here talking about John Wilco. Logan Giesbrecht is only 6 points ahead of John Wilco, and then Brock Packard's another 6 points ahead of him. So, I mean, it is all coming down right to the wire here. Mike McConville put it best. 8th to 12th separated by... Did he do math right? 8th to 12th? 30... What'd he say? 39 points?
I believe so, yeah. That is the correct number of points.
Okay, just kidding. I was looking at 10th. I was so focused on that cutoff, but I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, 39 points separates 5 drivers for the final 3 spots. You take a look here. Look at Rich Jet. He's got the most starts out of anybody, with the least amount of top 10s. John Wilco with the most top 10s out of this group. Also the most top 5s, but some hard luck elsewhere. That one less start than Giesbrecht, that hurts him a little bit. And some other results. So when he's not getting a top 10, it kind of tells you on average he was usually caught up in something with those numbers, because he is the best performing driver out of the bunch. He just lacks that win, which of course is what Brandon Pfeiffer has. He's got that win in his back pocket. And then Rich Jett obviously has the starts in his corner. He's made every single race up till this point, along with Logan Giesbrecht. But they are all fairly consistent drivers. So it's going to be a barn burner down to the end here, and that's why we have them highlighted on the timing tower this evening. Drivers in green just above it, that's going to be Packard and Giesbrecht and Wilco, and the drivers in gold, Pfeiffer and Rich Jett on the bubble underneath it, looking to steal a spot here tonight. So it's going to be a good one. We are super excited as qualifying has come to an end. 20 drivers on the grid this evening. Points. Every point's going to matter.
I was gonna say, with only 20 drivers on the grid, like that,
slight advantage to Wilco and Packard and Giesbrecht, but you know, if you end up 20th and the other guys take care of their business, it could get very, very scary very quick.
looks like we might have had a late entry there. 21 now.
Interesting. But as we... Actually, let me see if I can do something really cool. 1 sec, a little bit of dead air, I apologize. But it will pay off in the end. It's absolutely worth it.
We have some special graphics.
We do in fact have the special graphics. Let's do
the
this.
best.
Alright, who do you have winning this sucker tonight?
Tonight?
Right here, right now.
Not Mike McConville.
Not Mike McConville, alright?
Not Mike McConville.
Who else, then? Anybody.
I was going to say it, but you had to talk over me. Give me Jeremy Brown.
Jeremy Brown in the 46 machine. I'm going to go with... Well, I'm going to go with your regular season champion, Tane Honnison, in the 22 machine. And that brings to life... Well, I thought it did. Oh, where'd it go? You know, I thought I had something there. That's a shame.
When you try your man, when you don't succeed.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, maybe it'll show up in a little bit. let's see here. Go to plugins. Well, you know. Yeah, that showed up. Huh. Oh well. Well, essentially, it just would pop up your picks to win, so. Oh well. But with less than 40 seconds remaining in this warm-up, there's the 92 machine. I expect he's fast. He's quickest in warm-up. Mike McConville on pole. Take a look here quickly at your practice results. Carlos Ortiz was the man to beat, then Matthew White, then Mike McConville. Picked to win down in 8th, Jeremy Brown in 6th. All over the place right now. So it's still at 20 for me. Did you see 21?
I see 21.
Jason Samoto in the 52 machine. Interesting. I don't see him. That's fine.
Don't think he's here.
Nevertheless, it's okay. It'll be totally fine.
We'll be fine. Everything is fine.
Alrighty. Regular season finale on deck. And yeah, it still says 20. We'll see if they all grid. I'm excited about the O'Reilly Series finale because they have Daytona to end it. So they get to do the Cup Series fun, ending at a super speedway with the points battle that always turns out to be. Looks like we're all here except for our regular season champion. John Wilco going to be starting from 19th position, 20 points ahead of Brandon Pfeiffer for the final transfer spot. And what's interesting about this is if, let's just say, for argument's sake, Brandon Pfeiffer, gets up there and wins this stage. That's 10 points. And then say he gets 5th, he's only got to finish 5 points ahead of him in that last stint. It's a 5-point difference there. Hi, buddy.
He's back.
He is back. Yeah, 1 second. As we come to the green, got to fix out a quick bug. It's my own fault for adding things at the last possible second, but Mike McConville's going to get us underway here, looking for some lobster. There, he had to go down pit road. We're underway. We're green. Look at the 92 machine, 3 wide already.
Ooh, big loose there from the 17. I think there was contact between him and Lafrene.
There absolutely was.
Ooh.
92 then loose on the bottom. But he's up 2 spots into the podium positions.
We have potential 4 wide on the exit of 4. They're gonna stick to 3, but
they got after it in a hurry. Still 3 wide. Packard down on the bottom. Jeremy Brown up top.
Oh,
into the back of Minto. Had to lock up the brakes. John Wilco actually now down to the very back of this field. And as it stands, Pfeiffer would move on. Pfeiffer also scoring points compared to Packard and Giesbrecht and Wilk. I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job right now, ahead of where he needs to be.
One died.
Ooh, we have the
That's
potential
one
leader
died.
blinking out. Matthew
Did
C.
he-
White. He,
Did you hear him? Did you hear him, Daddy?
That's okay.
leader having
Hey.
connectivity
What is
issues.
that one called?
His name is Art.
I have one. Fight.
McConville big dive to the inside, trying to take back that P2 position.
Whoa.
Pfeiffer around the outside of Jared Wishon, bringing Carlos Ortiz with him. No, it's okay.
What, Daddy?
It's all okay. We're working. It's okay. Everything's good right now. Look at Ofrene around the outside. Pfeiffer around the outside.
Some one of them are gonna crash.
Maybe. But that's okay.
But A one's gonna crash. Which one's gonna crash first?
I don't know.
Probably.
Well, you heard it there. The 9 and the 5, of which there are none in here. There you go. Trent Curtis, he did make the race, obviously. And so now we're just worried about our bubble drivers. 4th, 10th, 11th, 15th, and 19th.
8. There. 8. There.
Some great battles further back in this pack is McConville looking to the inside of Pfeiffer, Diego Rodriguez, Jared Wishon, who's down 6 spots in the opening 6 laps just about. Pfeiffer way up the hill.
Way up the hill.
3 wide down the front straightaway. McConville tucks back in line. Pfeiffer still working on that top lane. Getting aggressive early. He knows he needs stage points. He had really good short run speed at Richmond last week, but seemed to fall off the longer the run went on. But that is not a problem so far here tonight. I know it's still early, but he is up 2 spots, and he'll be challenging for the race lead here shortly, it looks like.
Oh, one is in the M&M's.
Yeah, the M&M truck. Look at Trent Curtis. He was nearly down in the grass.
Oh, that green one is M&M's.
And they say sponsorship doesn't do anything.
Look at the green one.
Yeah.
It's different M&M's.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm getting drivers entering pit road notices because of how far down they are in 3 and 4.
That means stop! Stop, Daddy. You're going to crash into the wall.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm not even here anymore, right? Like, it's a
Right.
Dale show.
It's the Dale and Dale show with Ninja.
Upside, if your phone is upside down. Your phone is upside down.
Okay. Pfeiffer is closed into 2 truck links on the back of Matthew C. White. Caution is out.
Got problems.
Aaron Mack is on pit road. Take a look at what happened here.
If your
And he's just going to go around right in front of Rich Jet.
Oh.
Bam!
Bam! Bam!
Yep.
Bam! I told you.
He just loses it all on his own. Rich Jet. Nice job avoiding that.
Oh.
Into the cones. Into the safety barrels.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
All right. Night-night, buddy.
What do you mean night-night?
It's
He's got work to do, buddy.
8:40. Did a good job. Thanks for your help. Got a driver update redemption for Carlos Ortiz. We'll get to that right after this caution period. And that is good news for Chris Claudius, he was way behind the running order there and was nearing a lap down. So it'll get him caught back up. It's interesting. That's EOL for Steve Herring. I didn't see that. Very interesting. But Matthew White up 4 spots, take the lead of this rate. Pfeiffer up 2, Ortiz up 2, Hodison up 3, along with Rodriguez. Jared Wishon down 6. Ackert up 2. I do wonder if Wilco's willing to play this race very conservatively, knowing he had the 20-point cushion and knowing that there's 20 points on offer for the stages, assuming Pfeiffer to win both, then they're tied. And that's obviously about the final finishing position. Tiebreaker goes to Pfeiffer. He has a win. Wilco does not in this series, but I don't know if you want it, like, he's been having such good runs recently, almost like he got to the short tracks like Josh Berry and then took it up even another level. He was really, really good last week at Richmond, and he was, practice times were approaching the top 10, but didn't qualify and really hadn't made any impression since the drop of the green flag. We'll see how that. Oh, trouble! It's Brandon Pfeiffer!
It's a lot more than that, but what in the world?
Oh my goodness. It's everybody. Big damage for Pfeiffer. No smoke from the engine. He'll be able to continue, but all of a sudden.
Championship implications.
Absolutely.
Just look at that checkup on the start. What in
go
the
to blimp
world?
cam here, I guess. And it's, I mean, look how tightly they were packed up on each other. 59, I mean, everybody didn't go, or they're all running over each other? But my goodness. I don't really know how to describe, like, who didn't go? There wasn't. It looks like the 59 wanted to go before the front row decided to go, and that might have been part of it. Second and third row all decided, hey, we're going to start this race, or we're going to restart this race, and here they go. Whereas the leader, up to his discretion, waited till the end of the Echo Park restart zone, and then they're all over each other. Pfeiffer down the track in front of McConville. Jeremy Brown in the back of Hodison, into Packard, then into Pfeiffer. Ortiz up into Jared Wishon. Brandon Minto, Logan Giesbrecht getting a piece of this. Steve Herring having to check up in the 98. Let's go on board here with, I think it's going to be Ortiz, maybe? And you'll get a better view of this. Because watch 92, he does not go once he gets to the restart zone. He doesn't have to. Yeah, he went. The 92 had not gone. Watch the RPMs. Watch the guys back here. They're already going. Like, they are accelerating. But nobody in front is gone because the leader didn't have to go. He wanted to wait a little bit, but that was a big collision. Guys having to get wave around. Yeah, it's all, the timing is all broken because that wreck happened while some guys were behind the start-finish line, so a lot of guys having to get wave arounds. And it is a little bit off sequence right now. It looks, never mind. Guys are still trying to catch up to the pace. We got 7 cars.
We're going green.
We are green, apparently. Back underway with the top 7. I guess 8, as they're all piling off into turn 1 at speed. Welcome back. And look at Lafrene challenging for the race lead. Okay. Interesting way to start this race, but here we are. Brandon Pfeiffer a lap down after all of that. Devastating there. Trent Curtis up 12 spots, and he is ripping the high line here at the Magic Mile, trying to get a run off the top side. 92 comes up to cover the 06, slightly pulling away from Rodriguez, battles further back in this pack. Rich Jett, can he take advantage of some of this chaos to the bubble drivers around him? Only a couple points behind Pfeiffer. That's step 1 for him. Somehow make up the difference on Pfeiffer, and then it's you and your teammate, and you know, it's like, well, that sucks, but one of us is going to make it at this rate. Pfeiffer still with some damage, it looks like, letting the field go by. He took a couple of hard licks and all of that. Unless that was a 31.46. Second slowest in the field. Is that right front still pretty ugly? And I think John Wilco would just love it. At least stage 1, go green the entire rest of the way here. Make sure that 18 doesn't get any damage fixed. Make sure he doesn't have a chance, because he was running second. He's going to have 9 points gained there, assuming the result held, of course. He'd be 11 points back. Odison 2 down, Aaron Mack 2 down after he spun out to bring out our opening caution of the evening. If this gets to a point potentially where Pfeiffer goes 2 down, it could be curtains. Because then he's in a mix with Payne Hodison, who, for the most part, is keeping up with the guys around him, but he ran a 30.80, Pfeiffer ran a 32. 31.3, so he did pick it up a little bit, but a little slower than the guys at the tail end of this field. Trent Curtis, big move to the inside. As we try to catch our breath a little bit. Curtis got a great run off the top side. Here he comes, looking to the inside. He's going to make a big dive. Yes! Underneath the apron, he is clear. Slow it down. 92 working the crossover. Some good stuff here. Oh, nearly contact on the front straight. Oh, boy.
How do you start P15 and now you're in the lead? It's been 25 laps, 24 laps.
Well, when the whole field wrecks on the restart,
That's
it kind of helps a little bit. But here we go. Same song, different verse. Good run off the top. He's going to take a look to the inside. 92 defends. 51 to look outside this time in 3 and 4. Getting a good run off of 4. He'll maybe try the dive in 1 and 2 this time. So they just flipped it. The approach. 92 with the run off the top side. They're just switching lanes here. Looks like he got a little tight, had to lift just a bit, but he does carry the momentum. A little bit further back, here's the scramble. Packard, Ortiz, Giesbrecht, Jett, bubble drivers galore. Looks like Packard and now Jet with the run on the outside past Giesbrecht. Aaron Mack not for position. A little bit further back, the battle for 15th, Steve Herring, John Wilco. They actually both passed Brandon Pfeiffer. There's a little bit of a psychological effect on that, at least in the case of John Wilco saying, hey, I'm 20 points ahead of you. You're a lap down, and then I passed you. Now Rich Jet around Packard. So Jet doing the best of any of the bubble drivers. Still would love to get up there, get an extra point on the board. Just start closing the gap any way that he can. So he was the furthest one back. He was 38 points, 39 points out of 8th place.
Look at that run by Trent Curtis. Just
Yeah.
the way he takes the corner through 1 and 2 is insane. Especially trying to fight back against Matthew White.
Lafreniere is right there, too, if these guys come together. Look at the... Oh, my... Lafreniere with a huge send. Just letting it roll up. A couple different approaches to this racetrack, as you can see. I didn't think I'd be saying that often about New Hampshire, but there is multiple ways to slice this onion. Look at the send from Trent. Just stop on his nose. Don't let him cut underneath you. He's able to do so anyways. Here comes Matthew White. He's just not able to slow his momentum enough. White always able to hit that crossover on him. Lafreniere definitely in the mix. 51 overdrives the corner into the fence there. 06 now on scene. Rodriguez not too far back. He's in this 1.2 seconds back. Kevin Belcher, one of the guys that was able to just stay clean on that restart. He was just up into the top 10. And he's learned a lot this season. I think he knows, maybe this isn't my fight, because these guys, I was behind them. They all had to stop because of the restart, and I just kind of sailed on through the middle. They're getting back kind of to where they originally were. Rich Jet now, crucially, getting one singular stage point. He's looking to double it if he can get around Carlos Ortiz. Taking a look here. Halfway through this stage, I don't think anyone's necessarily... I don't think Kyle Courtney's going to go a lap down. Bring up the track map. You see it there. Pfeiffer got a whole straightaway, so he's not going to go a lap down. Courtney a little bit behind that. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Pfeiffer will be back on the lead lap. And then it's a matter of how much damage can he get fixed and how competitive can he be for stage 2. It's fun watching these guys battle, man. Last week it was the 92-93. This week it's the 92-51. 06 and 21. Yeah, 21 slowly closing the gap. He went from 1.2 to just 0.8 of a second, as they are side by side for second now, just for the time being.
And there's
Caution.
Caution.
What happened?
That's a great question. Oh, it's Aaron Matt.
Oh, we're with Brock Packard, who for some reason just gets him. As if things weren't bad enough, unfortunately, for the 31.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happened. 31 hardly moved whatsoever, and 39 just kind of comes up and gets him. Seems like an unnecessary risk when you're on the bubble. Alright, so Pfeiffer will get your lucky dog. And now it's up to the pit crew. Because that is some hefty right front damage there. That's step one. Let's see, what did a lot of people elect to come in here and do? No tires for McConville. Carlos Ortiz. That's going to be fuel only. Packard looks like fuel only. A lot of fuel only there. Thought it was too early for a set of tires. I tell you what, though. If you were a John Wilco, do you not consider taking a set of tires, trying to win the stage, and go like 30 points clear of the bubble, and just kind of let the chips fall where they may at the end? Saying I can deal with 30 points in stage 2 in the finish?
That's a great idea, brother.
You know, that's what we have the benefit up here, because we know the point situation, so we can sit there and consider that, but... Coming back to the green. Looks like the whole field is back up to speed.
Or at least close enough. We're not going to have another one of them restarts.
Should be better this time. Carlos Ortiz actually did go a lap down in all of that, as did Brock Packard. Rich Jet up to 7th, Wilco to 10th. And we're back underway. When Pfeiffer to pit road as they went green. Potentially some sort of infraction? No way he's popped the incident limit yet. Here comes Trent Curtis to the outside. Side by side to head into turn 3. He's going to go another lap down. Oh, and is this a stop and... Oh, my goodness. To bouncing off the wall. He's going to go a lap down, and Ortiz and Packard and Hodison's going to be in the mix, and it is looking very rough now for the 18 machine as he is down and away. He's going to keep fighting, but just when you thought things were slowly heading back his direction, he's now third in line for the lucky dog, still with right front damage. John Wilco actually getting stage points as it stands, along with Rich Jet. Back row looks to knock out Packard as well. Oh my goodness, 3 wide! Curtis up the hill into the wall. Here comes Lafrene. They are going for it.
Brandon Minto going to try and throw his hat in the ring here.
How about that? Yeah, regular season championships all decided. Couple of... you know, the battles at the tail end and everything in the middle still up for grabs. 92 obviously just going for the win himself. He is only a part-timer. A little loose there on the bottom. Still powers out. Even with that 06 trying to drag him back. He should have the big send here. He does get clear. Let's see if Lafrene can do the crossover. Yes, he can. But not to the extent that the 92 does it to others. The 6 tried to park it on his nose, not able to do so. Here comes the 92 back with the slide job. Curtis trying to regather the ground, get back into contention here. 14 laps to go for the stage. Frene slowly powering ahead. Not quite clear, but every little bit helps. That is ridiculous. From the 92. Said, never mind. I'd like to take that back, please. And somehow keeps a sizable advantage on corner exit. I mean, he dove it in from Maine. And still somehow kept enough momentum on corner exit to hold the lead. Unreal. At the line, give that one to the 92. We're back here, John Wilco finally starting to look a little bit racy. Packard not for position. He's got his teammate right in front of him. Rich Jett. There's Mike McConville, Rodriguez. Jeremy Brown's in the mix. Good battles all around right here. Jeremy Brown off track in the grass. Multi-group racing at New Hampshire. Who would have seen the day? I can't stand this track. I don't ever like. I hate racing here. But this guy's putting on a show right now. But yeah, I was really worried the first 10 laps there, 15 laps of Wilco, because it was like he's not making any impression on the guys around him. Piper's up in third. It could be a long night at the office, but he stayed out, and he's kind of just like, all right, done messing around. Let's hold my position. This is kind of what he did last week, right around the 7th, 8th position, and keeping his nose clean. Picking up spots when there's a mistake from the guys around him.
And we're getting down to less than 10 laps of the stage, and man, this fight here he has with Packard and McConville, it's like,
It's good stuff.
that's Brown.
And Jimmy Brown, he's starting to move forward. Wilco in 8th. Packard not for position.
Oh, yeah, that is Packard. I was like,
Yeah, in the 49. Jeremy Brown right behind this. Look at the onboard here from John Wilco. We're gonna see some feisty battles. That's teammates on the bottom, teammates up top. You see him way up there by the wall. And just different approaches to this racetrack. Whatever your truck's comfortable with, whatever you set this truck up to do is how guys are trying to approach it. We know Trent Curtis is really happy on the top side of the racetrack. As this battle continues to rage between the 92 and the 06. 7 laps to go. The 92 might have something now. Oh, but he has a big wiggle. Lafreniere looked to the inside. Battle reignited. But the 06 not able to stop in time and park it on the nose of the 92. 92 will always hit that crossover for the most part.
able to compromise his exit a little bit there, able to maintain.
I mean, I'm shocked at the speed he just carried there on the bottom side of the racetrack. I mean, he was on the apron, and he didn't really lose a whole lot until really they got to the back straightaway. Because the 06 on the bottom and the 92 pulls away up top. It's like, clearly this 92 very strong right now. I think that might be what puts the nail in the coffin there for this battle, unless he has another bobble off turn 2. Look at this mess right here. Trent Curtis, I think, flew a little bit too close to the sun into the wall a couple times, and there is a mad dash right now for the final couple of points-paying positions. Nearly 4 wide through 3 and 4. This is ridiculous. A little bit of contact there between the 21 and the 8. Rich Jett back in the mix. This is phenomenal racing. little bit further back, Rich Jet, John Wilco, Wishing and Giesbrecht trying to hash it out. Giesbrecht would love any point he could add to his cushion. He's already in the good side of the bubble. McConville loose off of 4. Here comes Rich Jet. 51 pushing Rodriguez down the front straightaway, it seems. I mean, that's where the guys come out of pit road at. And oh, by the way, the battle for the race lead, coming to 2 laps to go in the stage, is back. As if that was... Look at the 92... Look at the crossover he just pulled. Look at that.
Oh, that was a big wiggle.
I mean, that is sensational stuff. This is phenomenal racing. I can only say it so many times, but I have to keep saying it because it's that good. On board here with John Wilco. He's under a bit of pressure here for these final couple of points paying positions. He's got 2 crucial points to his name right now. Logan Giesbrecht wants to take it away, as does Jared Wishon. Coming to the white flag in stage 1.
Might see a little incident up front. Thought Rich Jet might be getting in the back of Curtis.
And here we go for the stage 1 as well. Lafrene, Matthew White. I'd say advantage-wise, going to make this nuclear send off into turn number 3. Cleared by 4 car lengths. Can he get it wound up? Here comes Lafrene. Going to be a drag race to the line. Off turn 4. Matthew White. He's got it. Caution is out. Wilco, I think, just barely holds on to 9th.
I believe that he does.
2 points on the board. John Wilco. Logan Giesbrecht does not get any. Rich Jet gets a handful. He gets 4. So let's hide all this. Let's take you down to the points as they entered into tonight. So that gap now from Wilco to Pfeiffer is 22 points. Rich Jet just gained 4. So he's now 3 points behind Pfeiffer. Gained 2 points on his teammate. So that is very close. Wilco then gained on Giesbrecht. 2 points there. Now 4 points behind him for 9th. It is very, very close, to say the least. So here we go. Mike McConville with the fuel-only stop again. And unfortunately for Pfeiffer, still not on the lead lap. Right, front damage does look a little bit better, but still noticeable. I think at this point, he can't really commit to going 2 laps down. He just kind of have to stay 1 lap down, get a lucky dog. 1 lap down, fix the I mean, he can't go 2 laps down again, I think, because with as hard as they are racing, there was no other caution outside of those 2 quick ones. Which one happened to be, a restart, violation. Now he's got to deal with Tane Hodgson. They'll be battling for that lucky dog as well. And his truck looks to be in a little bit better condition, so... I would say, though, he would get back on the lead lap. I expect at least 1 caution in stage 2, and then, obviously the stage itself, so... it's not over. It just got much, much harder. It's like they delayed the green there. 1 more lap, just to make sure the last couple guys can get caught up again. Don't want a repeat of that Second restart.
I can't believe we had an actual like championship implication little wreck.
Yeah. Crazy stuff. Here we go, back for the restart. Echo Park restart zone. We had some calamity here on our first restart of the night, but handled perfectly here. Let's see how McConville does on the old tires compared to those around him, though. He's going to get eaten up. That was Trent Curtis nearly into the back of Jeremy Brown. Down into turn number 1, but all okay for now. Just clawed up into the top 10. There are a couple of guys topped off on fuel. It's around the outside there of Rodriguez, holding on to that 10th spot. There's Steve Herring. Wilco now down to 13th. I thought I saw him come out in 8th. I don't know what happened. McConville now down to 7th, just like that. Just trying to hang on. Say, yeah, you guys go on the outside. You guys can fly around, please. Just don't hit me, please. Interestingly enough, Brandon Pfeiffer does get the lucky dog spot over Hodison, and by a comfortable margin, actually. Pfeiffer running 31.4s, still considerably slower than what the leaders are doing. But it is better than what it was. Let's look at Brandon Minto up here for the race lead.
I mean, he's been in and around. This ain't nothing new. This is definitely the closest he's gotten.
That's what I'm saying. He's right here. Look at Jeremy Brown.
Big wiggle out of Matthew White again.
Turn 2 and him don't get along.
No. I am surprised that truck has stayed straight.
You know he's just coming off turn 2 and just absolutely jerking the wheel to the side. He's like, okay. It just has to catch it. I know he's just like, ah, crap. Just at home, he's like, well, we were all good. Just throttle up, drive away, and then just snaps. Like, nope, don't do that. The Rich Jet, he is all of a sudden, I think, come alive here a little bit. And he's got a handful of stage points to his name. Could he potentially steal a spot? I think Packard, no points in stage 1. Could he steal a spot from his teammate? Giesbrecht doing what he needs to do right now. Couple stage points. Just needs to keep it close with the guys underneath the bubble. And Belcher doing a nice job there in P7. My fault for picking Tane Hodison, truthfully. I should have known better. Regular season championship, I was like, oh, he's just going to hang out here with a victory. Not the case.
I mean, my pick to win is doing great.
That's true. He's challenging right now for that second position, although he is on the low line here. It's like a reverse Martinsville, right? The low line's usually so good, but here they're lining up around the outside there. Minto clears 46, trying to find a hold. I think he's able to do it. Yes, he is clear. Look at the send here. If you remember at Lucas Oil Raceway a couple of weeks ago, Jeremy Brown was one of the guys that was able to make those slide jobs work really, really well. And probably had the race won if not for the 2 tires going on the left side of his truck and not the right. He was very effective in using that lower line, making that slide job, able to park it on the nose of the guy he's dealing with. Doing a nice job again here tonight. Rich Jett needs as many points as possible. Now he is getting up here and he is getting in the mix of this. Needs a top 5 minimum and then results elsewhere. Whoo, that 92 was loose. And they're keeping it clean right now, which I think for the bubble candidates, you know, that's worse, honestly, because it doesn't allow you to have that late race caution where you could say, oh, I have a set of tires. I'm going to just pass everybody, win the race, get those bonus points. I think the predictability right now, you know, for the guys underneath the bubble, Rich Jett would love to take a chance. I think Pfeiffer, obviously, as well, needs a lot of help, so he needs this race to be a little bit unpredictable right now. And some strategy thrown into the mix. I think a Rich Jett would be the perfect candidate to bolt on a set of tires in Stage 2. Try and win the stage. You got 4 points in Stage 1. Try and get all 10. There's 14 free points. You know, and then see where the cards fall in Stage 3. And ultimately, I mean, he's closer to his own teammate than the other ones, Giesbrecht or Packard, but if that knocks out John Wilka, I mean, it's your team in the chase no matter what at that point. Packard, if he continues to not get any points, finishes 15th, then Rich Jett collects a bunch and then gets a strong finish. It could apply some pressure. Let's go look at the race results from last week. If you finish 5th, 37 points. If you finish 15th, it's 21 points. Well, it depends on stage points, too. Yeah, because Jeremy Brown finished 5th and only got 37 points. The guy that finished 6th got 51. It so heavily matters on stage points. I think you take a swing here. Like, for instance, Cole J. Wilson finished 18th last week and got 35 points, which was more than the guy that finished 8th. But there hasn't really been a big swing. I mean, Rishek got 4. And he's trying to get, you know, we get 5 right now. And then needs to outscore somebody by 20, which that's a lot to ask for right now, I think, with the limited field. Phenomenal camera work here, courtesy of TrackCams22.com.
Literally been using them for like 5 years.
Actually,
was that a one-time purchase way back when?
Yeah. It still delivers. They got some road course ones I need to try out as well. Matthew White clear by 4 car lengths. Over Minto, Lafreniere to 3rd. Trent Curtis back into the top 5 in 4th. Jeremy Brown defensive on the bottom from Rich Jett, from Rodriguez. Jared Wishen's right there as well. The bobble there from the 77. Now under pressure from that 21 machine. A little bit further back. Steve Herring doing a nice job in 11th. These 3 guys right here, 10th, 11th, 12th. I think Belcher and Steve Herring especially doing a really nice job. This could mean a lot later. Pfeiffer and St. Hodison battling for that lucky dog.
I'm shocked Pfeiffer, like, that truck still looks pretty beat up. The lap time's not that bad. I mean,
And
still
here's
2/10
the
off the leader.
consideration, right? You look at obviously Tane Hodison, regular season champion, Title Motorsports representative, and then you look at Brandon Pfeiffer, Title Motorsports. So while they are nose to tail and Hodison has closed this gap, I don't think there's a chance that he's going to pass him for that. Because he would love to have another team car in the chase, right? That can only benefit you. If I don't win it, you know, you could win it. Our team could win it. You know, there's only 10 of you, so two team cars in, that's, what, 20% right off the bat. So there you go. So I think he's just going to follow for now. He has closed in the gap. Logan Giesbrecht, obviously another one they'd love to have 3 team cars in. Don't think he's gonna go by. Yeah, lap times 31:61. It was 2/10 off of Minto's last lap. It was 2/10 off Rich Jett's last lap. Half a second off of Kevin Belcher, actually. He ran a great last lap in some clean air. Still think there needs to be more work done on that 18, obviously. You take a look at the track map. Nobody in danger of going a lap down. So Pfeiffer should get it here. Either on our next incident caution or he'll have to wait 30 agonizing laps. And then hope for a miracle in the final stage. Overturn a 22-point gap. Kyle Courtney, Carlos Ortiz. Going at it down the front straightaway. That is the battle for 16th and final car on the lead lap. These guys are battling for the lucky dog. But yeah, like I said, if he had a run, he could have pulled to the inside. Elected not to do so. Yeah, 22 is just going to play the team game for right now.
Gotta start pushing them.
It's probably a little bit of encouragement. It's like, hey, I got my teammate here. I got the help. You know, I'm going to get this lap back. I mean, honestly, that's probably the encouragement that he needs to see in his mirror, his side mirror, whatever. He's like, hey, I'm not out of this. I got help. Have to get some breaks. You know, maybe there's going to be more chaos on the restart. Lafrene, big send to the inside. And he actually throttled up, and he is not quite clear. I thought he was going to take it there for a second. Lap leaders will tell you a fun story. It has been the Matthew White show. McConville led a couple. Lafrene has stolen a few, and it looks like he'll steal another one right here. Oh, it was a dead tie at the line. Matthew White ended up getting it. Grant Curtis led 2. Minto stole one at the line, but it has been the Matthew White show. But he has been no more than half a second away from anybody. Despite leading the overwhelming majority of these laps. Conville obviously on old tires down in 14th. He has a set saved. If we are to get a caution in stage 2, he'll bolt on a set and win the stage. A lot of close action right now, but no caution. Let's go on board here with the 92 machine. Just watch the lap here. Watch how crazy this is. How crazy these guys are getting. All the way down to the apron, nearly into the grass. Again, nearly the grass. Looks like nearly to the commitment cone line there, and Lafrene able to steal a lap there. Get half a truck length ahead, and then just a never-ending dive bomb to the inside. It looks like he's coming off pit road, doesn't it? I mean, that's crazy. That is
I'm
insane.
waiting for the violation.
Yeah, like you were too far. You were exiting a pit road unsafely. It's like, no, actually, I didn't pit. That's just my racing line. Like, excuse me. Rene get another lap there. Side by side for third as well. Jet applying a little bit of pressure as well. Brock Packard a bit further back in the field. 14th and 15th. Chris Claude right there hanging around the outside. Packard looks to have the move done. Dwight clear out in front now again. Halfway done with stage 2. Wilco eventually did clear Steve Herring, and he'll set off after Kevin Belcher, looking to add one more point. How crucial could it be? Big dive bomb to the inside. Belcher will have the run off the top. Oh, but he got loose. We'll go back into the top 10. Leaving him plenty of room. Don't want to get caught up in anything because Pfeiffer was looking really, really good. Up until that restart incident. Here's Steve Herring. Mike McConville. I tell you what's curious, though, and I brought it up earlier, but just reiterating it. Wilco didn't look like he was going anywhere in the first 25 laps of this race. Stays out on a caution, gets up to 8th, and then really just kind of solidified himself. You know, he was running 17th, so all of a sudden now, running very competitive lap times, quicker than Giesbrecht, quicker than Minto, Wishin, Rodriguez. I mean, he ran about a top 5 lap time in that last lap in clean air, so. But he was, I mean, he was a ways back, so it's like, I wonder why he just lulling everybody to sleep. I do it, then. What has been a very fun race so far.
And there are still battles all over the track. Trent Curtis, Rodriguez, wishing all on top of each other. Minto right there.
Battle for the race lead is just ongoing as always. LaFrenne not going away easily.
Might pick the win, just he's waiting.
He is
one
right
bad
there,
moment,
yeah.
he's there.
Rich Jet, he has solidified himself in the 4th. He was following Jeremy Brown. Brown got clear of that group as well. Set off in 3rd and has run down the 2 leaders. Rich Jet stabilizing himself in 4th. For as many times as we've interviewed John Wilco, a handful of times this year, he got a win in the Monday Night O'Reilly Series at Las Vegas a couple of months ago. I don't know off the top of my head if we've ever got to talk to Rich Jet directly. But he's another one of those guys that, you know, elects usually to not qualify, start at the back, bide his time. He usually shows up weekly. And looks like he just has a lot of fun out there, so. A very encouraging performance. It's going to put him right in the conversation.
Well, like,
He's going to be right on that level. Well, maybe once. But he's had some real... I mean, he's a consistent top 10 guy, usually. Just keeps his nose clean. But now it's fun to see him with this top 5 speed. Like, so early on in the race, I think he realized, he's like, maybe I left it a race too late. You know?
He finished 3rd at Bristol.
Oh, did he?
Okay. I know for like he's
right.
the Godzilla guy. He like
Yeah.
sorry, that is a distinct memory for me because he shouted. I think it was there was a specific movie that had come out. It was like a new Japanese version for Godzilla, and it was a really good movie. And he's like, go watch it.
Fair play. I did not remember that. I apologize. But like I said, it's fun to see him like so early on in this race be like up here among the contenders because he's another guy that just was there from the very first time we started broadcasting the NSRL, along him with Steve Herring and with John Wilco. Steve Herring gets DNQ'd a couple times. He shows up weekly still to this point. So it's cool to see guys cut their dues and improve week in and week out. I love to see that.
It was a Godzilla -1. It's a distinct memory for me. Why? I don't know.
He had that in the brain, though. I think Wilco's pretty safe for 1 point. I mean, he's got 1.5 seconds ahead of him. He's got 3 seconds behind him, 13 laps to go. So that would mean his gap on Pfeiffer would be 23 points. But then I think his concern actually turns to his teammate, because I think with Jet, he got, what, 4? And now he's getting, he got 11. So it's going to be really ugly. But so I think as it stands right now, he was 7 points. Yes, so Rich Jet, as it stands right now, has bumped Brandon Pfeiffer from 11. So then it's John Wilco and Rich Jet for that final spot. And then it's a matter of finishing position, which if it was 5th and 10th as it is right now, Wilco holds the spot. But it is looking good for back row as it stands. Whereas 25 laps into the race, I was like, oh boy, Pfeiffer going to beat them both. Trent Curtis down to 9th. He's still +6 from where he started, but I think we've seen on the long run his truck just start to fade a little bit, and the trends kind of tell us that as much. Able to avoid that first big wreck, gets all the way up to the lead of the race, starts to fade right before the stage break, gets all the way back up, and then starts to fade again. Just over the course of the long run. The truck doesn't want to hold up as well as others. And oh, by the way, here's Jeremy Brown for the race lead. All of a sudden, Lafrene 1.5 seconds back. Nine laps to go, and unfortunately, they did catch Brandon Pfeiffer.
Don't pass him. Don't do it.
And I think
Let him have
this is the death knell, unfortunately, for the 18 machine.
I mean, he will immediately get the
One
lucky dog
back,
again.
but still.
And
Well,
then, if there's a caution, you know, there's potential.
that is tough to see.
Does Jeremy Brown know he's been picked to win? Does he not know how this works out? Like, brother.
Where, like, all of it, like, where did Lafrene go? And when I last looked, I mean, there was nobody in danger of getting a lap down, but I guess if he's running 32.5s, 1.3 seconds a lap, yeah. When we last looked, it wasn't that bad, but obviously if the truck's damaged, you're gonna have more fall off. It's gonna be a worse effect. So Wilco actually caught up to the back of Logan Giesbrecht and Trent Curtis. He's going to try and get another spot. And I think, though, safely, as it stands, the battle is now with his teammate, which is not a bad problem to have. Because you've survived the stage points, right? And obviously with Pfeiffer and Hodison and Mack being trapped multiple laps down, it's like, okay, the floor is now maybe 17th. So like, how many points do I get in 17th? You can start doing the math a little bit, saying I only need to finish here, and if guys elsewhere are having problems, you know, I'm almost clinched. But this is very fun to see because look at stage 2. That whole sucker is green. And it allowed for Lafrene and Matthew White to battle, and Minto was there. But over the course of this 55-lap run, Jeremy Brown, his truck came alive at the very end of this run. Still not able to pull away, but Jeremy Brown clearly having a good truck over this long run. Kudos to these guys for a clean stage 2. And we're going to have a thrilling finish here for the race win, for 6th and 7th, for 9th and 10th. 8th, 9th, and 10th, actually. Something happened, though, to Tane Hodgson because he is 17 seconds back. Actually, he came to pit road. Interesting. Lap 86. That's why he's now separated, why he's 2 laps down. Very interesting. They should not catch Kyle Courtney. White into the wall. 2 to go in stage 2. Conville went from 1st to 11th courtesy of those old tires. But he's got 2 sets for stage 3. Into the final lap here. In stage 2, Matthew White trying to get in range so he could throw that slide job. A good runoff for 2 truck links back. White flag for stage 2. It's going to wind up that momentum on the outside and leave it all for 3 and 4. There's 4 car links back, 2 car links back, 1.5. And he's in range now. Let's see what he wants to do. Looking to the inside. Brown goes very defensive. It threw 3 and 4 for the final time in stage 2. I think it was just enough to throw off the 92's momentum. Still a drag race to the line, but Jeremy Brown gets it by half a truck length. I think if he went down any further, he was getting run over. So he did just enough to stay out of the way, but make sure the 92 couldn't get a clean run at him. And Jeremy Brown, your stage 2 winner. How about that? Rich Jett picking up. Actually, he loses a spot there right at the end of stage 2. So he gets 5 stage points. So he has 9 total, still 1 point above Pfeiffer. So it is now Rich Jett v. John Wilco, and Wilco has picked up 3, so he's even gained 6 on his teammate. Pfeiffer gets the wave around. He's 1 lap down. So if we do the math, so the net math here is he's gained 6 points on his teammate. So essentially just forget all else. He was 27 behind. 21 points behind. How does he outscore him by 21 points in the final stage? I think he just has to outright win the race at this point. Just about, with only 20 trucks on the field. Wilco has to feel confident about where he's at. Just has to get it, just finish 14th or whatever.
Man, like,
Something.
can't believe, that happened to Pfeiffer, man.
If there were more trucks, then it's a different ball game, right? Oh, he finishes 36. He gets 1 singular point. It's a lot different. Banking again, he'll top off. Did he not take tires? No, he did. Okay. I thought I was missing something. He takes 4 tires. tops off with fuel. 1 lap after everybody else. He'll willingly go down to 16th. And I think that's kind of almost a realization. It's like, hey, wait a minute. 21 points ahead. And it's no longer Pfeiffer. It's my teammate. All we got to do is just get a good finish here. Just a finish at this point. Here we go for the restart. Matthew White did win the race off pit road. It's Lafrene from Wishin and Rodriguez, so a bit of a topsy-turvy order there. And the race out of pit road. Haven't said Wishin's name a lot tonight, but he is back inside the podium places. What could be your final restart of the night with 62 laps to go. This third stage not much longer at all than our run just was in stage 2. So if they keep it nice and clean, look out for Jeremy Brown again down the stretch.
Yeah, not a super long race here. I mean, it does, in fact, help when they do race clean.
Of course, only
No
2
cautions?
cautions so far tonight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 2 actual incidents and then the 2 stage breaks, but that is it.
Yeah.
A self-spin, a restart checkup, and 2 stage breaks. Won't argue with that at a short track. Expect to see Trent Curtis try and get the track position back while he still has a good piece underneath him. He's usually good for about 20 to 30 laps. How he handles the last 30 laps remains to be seen, but he is on the move early again. He loves that top side of the racetrack. Mike McConville, he's got a set of tires on that thing now. He was your pulse leader here this evening. He's led a couple of laps. He's got an extra set of tires as compared to everybody else in this field. Not many else can say that. He might be the only one that I've seen do that. So if we were to somehow get 2 cautions in the final 60 laps, Mike McConville would be able to take advantage of that. The trucks are off for 3 weeks. They pulled the O'Reilly schedule, just the opposite of it, right? I mean, O'Reilly's off for 3 weeks, then they have their regular season finale at Daytona. Trucks, they set the chase, and then they're off for 3 weeks, and oh, get this, we're back to a short track at Bristol. So the end of the season, regular season with North Wilkesboro, Lucas Oil, Richmond, New Hampshire. All right, great. Gauntlet of short tracks to end the regular season. Good job. 3 weeks off. Bristol. That's funny.
Is it funny?
I think it's funny, but that's good news for guys like this 06 machine, I think, to start off with a race like that. Excuse me. O'Reilly was only off for 2 weeks. Then they end at Daytona. Then their chase begins. So, there you go. Fun stuff. Side by side for the race lead again. We do actually get a caution, and it is Kevin Belcher. He was having such a good run tonight. Let's take a look at what happened here. With him, and this goes around, not into the cones, and he said, you know, I'm going to go right down pit road. Very similar to the opening incident of the night with Aaron Mack. A little higher, though, able to keep it out of yellow sand barriers there. Barrels, actually. Officially called them. So that is Pfeiffer back on the lead lap, though. Just a sneak peek of next Monday night. Just keeping our eye over there at Daytona. We will be there for that one. It's going to be a 32-point battle between Joseph Madigan and Brock Packer. Actually, excuse me, my apologies. They take top 12, so scratch that actually. Let's do some quick math. A 31-point battle between Brock Packard and Daniel Moynihan. I think that looks to be about it. Jordan Smith, maybe. We get a full field. He somehow sweeps the stages. So that's 2 guys for 1 spot. So that'll be interesting. At Daytona, all the chaos that comes with that. We still have a lot to decide here this evening.
Let's see what Pfeiffer can potentially do.
Dude, can we get like a bribe to those crew chiefs, man, or that pit crew? Fix the car, man. Give him a fighting chance. But he is finally back on the lead lap.
I mean, we saw the incident that took him out. Could have more like that. Get him right back into this.
Very true. Finally, though, step 1 completed, and that's get back on the lead lap for Brandon Pfeiffer. Step 2 is rejoin with the field, but he was still trying to get damage fixed.
And step 3 is somehow win the race.
Yeah. Because there is less than a stage to go now. 53 to go. A couple cars bouncing off the wall. I think that was Rodriguez. Belcher able to continue. All 20 trucks still going. Odyssey 1 lap down. Aaron Mack still stuck at 3. Way down the inside. Back up top. Logan Giesbeck even higher than that. Up in the marbles just about. Conville still trying to work his way forward. We're going to be looking to the inside here. 1 laps to go. 50 to go next time by. They're side by side off turn 2. Let's crank it up for the final time in the regular season here live on YJ Media. Well, they made it through the crank it up segment. Just like that. 46 laps to go when they cross the stripe. I'm curious if Lafreniere has the staying power for 46 more laps, because right at the end of stage 2 he dropped off and it was the Jeremy Brown Matthew White show. Wishing and Rodriguez kind of lurking if something happens to these two. They've been mighty respectful of one another pretty much the entire time. I think all of them have been, even when it was Jeremy Brown, even when it was Mike McConville, Minto. I don't think there's been any like, oh, wow, that slider was trash. They've done a nice job of keeping off of each other, even though this is the short track. And they are just slide jobbing each other all over this racetrack. I think everyone's done a good job. Now, not just the two leaders, but it's easy to say, oh, I'm just going to run over this guy for 10th, but there hasn't been a whole lot of that tonight. As results hold, it stays the same. Giesbrecht, Packard, Wilco in, Rich Jett, Brandon Pfeiffer out. Lafreniere was actually clear to the lead there heading into turn 1. Big slider from Matthew White here. Not clear. Lafreniere should get a good run off turn 2. He is clear for the race lead. Let's see what he can do now. Let's see if he can hold it.
I just want to know where my gun Jeremy Brown is. What happened?
He had, well, I can't tell what his pit lane time was on his last stop because he entered so low that it overrode his pit lane time. That's got to be so frustrating, though, through the 06 machine. You got clear, but just 2 laps later, the 92 is right back to your inside. You spent so much effort trying to get clear, and now you have to defend. You never get a breath. Even when he's a 1/10 of a second ahead, he's now 2/10 behind. And he's all of a sudden not in the lead of the race anymore. But phenomenal battles for the race. They are 1 second ahead of Jared Wishon. He's had a crazy night. Going down to 15th and steadily just working his way back up into the podium positions. He started in P2. A lot of work just to get right back to where he started, just about. On board with the 06, trying to find a way back around. You hear him shifted down into 3rd gear there. Great run there off the bottom. He's right behind this 92. Big send there. Here comes a crossover. And they're even to the line. It's a dead heat. I don't know who got that one. Let's see.
It was Matt Husey White.
By 4 1,000ths of a second. That's fun. Battles further back. Packard, Kevin Belcher. Battle for 16th there. Kyle Courtney, Chris Claude, Brandon Minto. Oh, that was close with Carlos Ortiz. That's 10th and 11th. They'll go half a second behind this, and then everybody else right here that we always like to see. All grouped up together. Yeah, let's take a look here. You said what happened to Jeremy Brown. It was on his pit stop. He got all the way up to first and just, I guess, a longer stop. And just really never recovered from that. Interesting.
And this battle for the lead is still
raging on lap after lap. And all, like, we're sitting here, we're talking about different things. 35 laps to go. Lafreniere was clear. White, good run. Gets back even with him. He'll send it off into turn number 3. He'll get clear momentarily. Lafreniere will try and dive to the inside there. All of a sudden, Matthew White cleared by 3 truck lengths. Can he hold it? Rodriguez and McConville side by side for 4th. McConville, again, all the way up to the race lead, courtesy of staying out. He did start in first in the opening lap, but stayed out at the end of stage 1, but all the way down. Interestingly enough, before stage 2, and he did snag a couple spots back on those old tires, and he is now climbing back up the order all the way down up to 4th, which is about where he ran in the opening handful of laps. Back to where he started just about.
I really want the potential Rich Jet, top 3, because there is in fact another Godzilla movie coming out.
Do they just like specifically make that like in Japan, or is that stuff that they keep producing here?
I mean, they do make American Godzilla.
Because what was the big one that they made a couple of years ago? That was like actually
Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes, they're making another one after
Well,
that.
So Godzilla -1 was a Japanese movie, and the new one coming up is a follow-up of that.
Right.
So, really good movies. It is really funny, the distinction between the Americanized version of the creature versus the Japanese version.
Right.
But it was a good movie.
Yeah.
So I'm excited that there is a sequel coming. And I would just like to hear Rich Jet talk about it. 'Cause, I mean, he is, the Godzilla guy.
Understood.
Do you?
Somewhat, maybe. Was it King of Monsters that? I think I saw that one in theaters. It just was really good.
Uh, Probably.
I think King of Monsters is the one that I was talking about specifically. And that one was, I thought that was awesome. Out for the top 10 rages on. Trent Curtis gave us a lot of excitement in the early going, but I think just the long run speed on that truck not quite where he wanted it to be. I think we see a similar case, yeah. In it's a fairly consistent trend here. with this 51 machine. And nobody took the opportunity to bolt on that set of tires. I know we were only about 5 laps into the run, 10 laps into the run in that last stage, but that's something like McConville could have done that because I mean, there's literally nothing to lose at that point. I think because he's gonna take a set home with him. I think I would have just taken it there, maybe considering how short the final stage was and how little cautions we've had. But I don't know if it's worth 2.8 seconds on Matthew White. But who's either been first or second this evening. I mean, that is insane. It is pretty crazy.
And the staying power of the 92 machine, just the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. This is his 4th start. This season. He has 2 top 10s, 1 top 5. They're doing a very nice job. And for his first win of the season. Started 5th, finished 5th at Michigan. Started 4th at Richmond, finished 6th, although he was 1A, 1B, take your pick before getting caught up in some shenanigans. His average running position at Richmond last week was 1.8. That's where he ran on average. It'll be pretty similar again here this evening. Take a look at, I'm curious what Cole J. Wilson, his average running position from last week was. His was, an awful 2.8 because he got he got a black flag in the last lap. But he had 2 wins on the season and then a runner-up at Long Beach. So good races for those 2 teammates. Even in part-time, spot starts as we approach 21 laps to go. Lafrene still trying to hang in there with the last couple of laps, I think. White's been a little comfortable out in front finally. Starting to slide there, that 06 machine, but not for a lack of trying. He's led a couple of laps through tonight. No lower than 4th. Another good result for someone that I know to be good at these short tracks. And he'll be another threat next week at Bristol, I'm sure. Or in 3 weeks at Bristol from now. 3 weeks from now. Why ain't down the booth? Because it is 10 o'clock in the evening. The boy needs to sleep.
I tried to give him the job, and yeah, Max is just like, no, he needs sleep. No, he doesn't. It's a young man. Get him a job.
To be fair,
Get him working.
I could just not pay him. It'd save me a bunch of money. John Wilco. It was. Let's just show it. Like, it was a very spooky opening 35 laps. Then he stays out on the 3rd yellow of the evening, and then he's just been fine. He's been fine since then. Literally, slowly gains position on the long run. Ended up in the top 10 in both stages after looking nowhere for 35 laps, and then you get stage points at stage 1 in the final 20 laps, and has been comfortable from there. Logan Giesbrecht goes around. Yellow is out with 20 laps to go, or 18 laps to go, excuse me. Mike McConville, this is your time to shine, boss. You got, well, I mean, everyone has one set left, but, you know, he doesn't even have to second guess it. He's got that set of tires. Brandon Pfeiffer was about to go 1 lap down. He gets saved, but I mean, that truck just looks like a handful even now. And they still haven't fully buffed out the right front. I mean, he has to win the race at this point. But I just don't see a way to do that, you know? Here comes everybody. It's New Hampshire with maybe, what, 15 to go roughly. That's way too many laps. So this will be four tires for sure. Tane Hodison, your lucky dog, for all of that. Does anybody try and gamble with 2? Yes. Rodriguez, Trent Curtis, Jared Wishin. Okay. Matthew White down to 3rd. 3 guys gambled. Everyone else took 4.
I would have loved to see some kind of crazy out of Jet or Wilco. Again, still want that interview.
Just playing it safe. I think these, you know, it's almost like, hey, listen, we're there, barring a disaster. I mean, I hate it for Pfeiffer. He really didn't get a chance to fight tonight, you know, to be a part of that battle. I mean, he still has right front damage from a crash that happened within the first 25 laps of this race. And he'll wait to the very last second and get some more damage fixed, but, I mean, still. It just, I don't know. It's just not, it just wasn't, it was looking so good up until that first restart. Like, it was dream start, right? The guy directly ahead of you, 20 points ahead of you, is mired in 18th. You are 2nd. Start the race. I mean, that's just a good way to start, but ultimately not meant to be. But still 20 laps, just under 20 laps to go. I got the front row on 2 tires, Trent Curtis on 2 tires. This is as low as the 92 has been all night. It's 3rd place. So let's see what he wants to do here. See if he gets bottled up at all. A lot of guys have really nothing to lose at this point. You're already kind of locked into your chase spot. 92's going for the win. And here we go. Be 14 to go. He got away cleanly. 92 should just sail it underneath that 21 machine. Jerry Wishon will be fighting for his life to try and hold everybody off. I just think there's too many laps to make that 2-tire call. I don't hate it, though. Well, as good as the 92 has been, I don't think it matters, you know?
I mean, you got to do something to try, right?
Clean air is clean air, and around goes Steve Herring in the back, so that'll prolong it a little bit. We'll run some laps off. Take a look at what happened here. Like another self-spin out of turn number 4. Just gets loose up on that high side. No contact with anybody. Mac and Pfeiffer get around him. No harm, no foul. All right, there was a lap on the tires. McConville, you're the only one with the set left. This is your moment. Aaron Mack gets the lucky dog fine, and even him, like, he spun into the barrels, the sand-filled barrels in the first 10 laps, and they still have not fully fixed that truck up. Obviously, he then got punted into the wall by Brock Packard, but Yeah, that's been a long haul for him. He's still fighting, though. I mean, he is pretty much just been locked into 20th all night. He hasn't quit, though. For which, you know, he has my respect. And Pfeiffer's still hoping for something. I mean, he's the only one getting service at this point because he's just trying to find some sort of miracle. They dusted a couple of the scrapes off, but that hood's still up, and it is a severely wounded M&M 18 machine.
I'm saying he got cursed by Dale.
He did. He was like, "Look at the 18. Look at the M&Ms." That's my bad. Down and away. Gotta beat that pace car out. And just hope for something crazy. In the final, now going to be 10 laps to go. So it took a couple of laps off for Wishin. It puts Matthew White on the outside, which sometimes, you know, if you're caught napping, the guy in third can send it to the inside, maybe make you fight for it a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. 17, 21, 51 on 2 tires. Everybody else on 4. Caution came out so late. Mike McConville's extra set of tires really doesn't mean anything for him, so everybody's got what they got. Base car is off. We start with 10 laps to go through the Echo Park restart zone, and he gets a good one. He is clear down to turn 1.
We're going to be 3 wide. Jeremy Brown up the inside.
Brent Curtis right through the middle. Mike McConville up top. There's Carlos Ortiz. Where did he come from? Back into the top 5. Wishing looking to the inside. That's all he needs. Here comes the send through the apron. Wishing will fight it as hard as he can. Potentially all that 17 needs is clean air. Who knows? 9 laps to go. Lafrene also on 4 will need to find a way to get through if he wants to challenge. They now have a car in between them, and that could be all the 92 needs to try and clinch out this victory.
Did you see that big wiggle under the 17 machine?
Did. 06 will go right into the top side of the racetrack. 21 machine looking to the low line as well. Carlos Ortiz getting pinballed around from about 3 different trucks. 06 not able to find a way through. Jeremy Brown looking 3 wide down the front straightaway. Mike McConville is bump drafting the 59 down the front straightaway. 4 wide just about at New Hampshire.
I'm struggling to see how we get through this without an extra caution. Oh, boy.
21 was loose. He loses out both spots right there. Lafrene still trying to find a way around Jared Wishon as Matthew White has finally opened it up. Biggest lead out of anybody tonight, 9/10 of a second, and that's saying something. With how close the margins have been, and he sets the fastest lap of the race. The only man in the 29s. Next closest, we'll just show you what we're talking about. Fastest 5 best laps, and it's Matthew White finally opening up the can. Saying, I don't need to hold anything back. There's 10 laps to go. And I'm just going to scoot away. Just eliminate all hope. As they squabble behind him. Great racing for second. If this was for the lead, right, we're on the edge of our seats. But there's the lead. It's 1.6 seconds. Lafrene finally cleared. 1.5 seconds back now.
Ooh, there's going to be contact. Ortiz is going to ship Wishing up.
Rich Chet up to 8th. He'll close in even more on his teammate who's down in 12th. But it should not be enough as Wilco just needs to maintain where he's at. Rich Chet and Brandon Pfeiffer will be eliminated if results hold. Henry Brown, he wants a podium interview to close out the regular season. Though he's into 4th ahead of Wishon. Conville on 4, looking to get by Wishing. Wishing big slide out of 4. Just like that. 4 laps to go. Gap 1.8 seconds. So even in clean air, Matthew White has finally said, I don't have to mess around. I don't have to do any slide jobs. Don't have to defend. I can just run my race, and I can be a 10.5 seconds faster. Out of 175 laps, he'll lead the overwhelming majority. It makes sense that Lafrene is second, leading, that he led the second most laps and he's second place. Brown third, looking to get third, so it kind of makes sense with how the race played out, I suppose.
McConville getting that truck real sideways there.
Not sure what happened to Brandon Minto, truthfully, in all of this. He just kind of got mired back and I guess just got stuck fighting track position. It must be said for Tane Hodison, your regular season champion, a masterful display of, fight back. Lap down for 100 laps. They actually did fix his truck, it must be said. He was stuck behind his teammate for a while, just trying to help him. They fix his truck, and he's all the way chilling. He'll get another top 10 on his resume for the regular season championship. Gap 2.3 seconds. They exit turn number 4. White flag in the air. Race is official for the regular season. And Matthew White, working his 4th start of this season, has already had 2 top 10s. He's going to get a 3rd top 10. But this one going to be a little extra special because it's a top 5. It's a podium. And if Matthew White can work through 3 and 4 for the final time, doesn't have to go underneath the apron, doesn't have to be in the grass, can take it normally for once. And he works out of turn 4, going to give a slide to the crowd. Matthew White gets it done. And just for 1 second, right, you're like, wait a minute. Did he overcook it? Can he catch it? Yes. I knew he was going to, celebrate a little bit, but that was a lot. He was sideways coming off turn 4. Rich Jett gets 8th. John Wilco ends the top 10. Ends his regular season with the top 10. That'll put him in the chase as the 10th truck. Packard and Giesbrecht will join him. Rich Jett, Brandon Pfeiffer out. And then Trent Curtis, he towed to pit road on the final lap of the race. We'll go take a look at what that lap was.
Missed Matthew White. Also just getting it slideways through 3 and 4 there.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal burnout, by the way. Matthew C. White, your race winner here this evening. The winner of the team, EJP 175 in New Hampshire. I don't think they gave out a lobster to the truck guys, but the only Dodge Ram in the field, and he gets it done, by the way. Let's go take a look at his slide out of 3 and 4. I'm very curious. But yeah, that was a heck of a burnout. Up in the marbles. Uses the wall just a little bit. Got to take it was like a 8.8 or something. I don't know. Just barely used the wall. Let's take a look at what happened to Trent Curtis as he was coming to the white flag. It was him and Kyle Courtney. Oh, he just gets loose. As the leader had already taken the white. That could have been scary. Loses a handful of spots. Oh, and then loops it in turn 1. Doesn't really matter. And that's his race done. How about that? That is your regular season.
This season it has been.
18 races, and we have our chase. It's going to be Tane Hodison, Jared Wishing, Mike McConville, Carlos Ortiz, Gabriel Lafrene, Diego Rodriguez, Brandon J. Minto, Brock Packard, Logan Giesbrecht, and John Wilco, the 10, fighting it out for the chase. For playoff glory. It is still technically playoffs, so for chase glory, I don't know, whatever you call it. And there might be final adjustments to a couple of the points. For instance, I think Carlos Ortiz might have Lafrene might have gotten back by Carlos Ortiz for 4th, but overall doesn't really change too much. But it was an exciting regular season. And Honda Senior regular season champion. See if we got everyone but the race winner. Let's give him just another second. I guess we'll move on. All right, let's go ahead and get the 06 machine up. Here with your runner-up this evening, Gabriel Lafreniere, the 06 machine. A solid run this evening. Led a handful of laps and was pretty much always inside the top 5 tonight. So a very fast 06 truck tonight.
Yes, my setup was great. I working on the setup this week. Matthew was really fast on the inside lane. That was really hard to pass him, but really happy with my race tonight.
Absolutely. Able to keep it clean, too. There was a lot of battling for the lead here this evening, and able to keep that truck clean and in one piece and to get a solid second place finish.
Yeah, I don't know how many leaders change during the race, but I think it's pretty high. So yeah, everyone was clean, and I hope for the broadcast was a good race.
Absolutely, it was very fun. Well, congratulations on the runner-up tonight, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Thanks to you for the broadcast, Chris Claude for the league, and my team Accent led. So yeah, good night, guys.
Congratulations again. We'll see you in a couple weeks at Bristol.
Thanks.
With your third place finisher tonight, Carlos Ortiz in the 59 machine. He was up and back and down and around this field tonight, but he ends up all the way back on the podium in third place here this evening.
Yeah, just a chaotic event. I mean, I fumbled the first stage on that restart, just caused the stack up, and I apologize to all the guys there. And wishing I kind of ran him up late there. In the end, I didn't mean to. I'm trying to talk it out with him. Just like I don't want to use him up. He's been a nice competitor to me, and those kinds of mistakes, unfortunately, like cost us 4th on the reset. I'm pretty sure. So that'll make things harder in the chase, but hopefully not too much.
Yeah, absolutely. But a strong regular season, couple of wins for you in the 59 machine. So having that momentum, get a couple weeks off, and back to another short track where you've had good results in Bristol to kick off the chase.
I mean, yeah, I did. The schedule really lines up good for me. I won Bristol, so that's a good sign. And most of these other tracks, I should be a contender or just up front the whole time. And with this reset, I might be like 40-ish points behind. So it's just a matter of winning, taking gambles, but appropriate ones, and just finding a way to be better than I was tonight, to be honest.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on the podium tonight to close out the regular season, and we'll let you get any shout-outs in if you have any.
Shout out to everyone. I think they all raced better than me tonight, that's for sure. It was fun, like racing through the field. There wasn't any issues I had. It was just hard racing, and just again, apologies to bubble drivers if I affected their battle, but just gotta move on to the next race and try to win that.
Absolutely. Congratulations again. We'll see you in a couple weeks at Bristol.
Yep, see ya.
What?
he dipped.
Oh.
Most of the time I get a chance to move him out. He just
He was waiting for it. But let's take another look at your race results this evening. Are any final thoughts on tonight's race and the regular season as a whole?
I'm just, glad we were able to be a part of it. I do enjoy, participating and being able to call these races, especially with the NSRL. They have put on really good races. The, overall skill range here is quite wide, but at the end of the day, they still put on great races no matter where in the field. And then we see, someone like Matthew White come out, and it is almost a different level of talent, but you still had guys competing and being right there. And if just one, like if Pfeiffer had the shot, like we didn't get to see everything out of him to try and get his way in. Ah, it's been a
Absolutely.
fun season.
It has been a fun season. We got a handful of races left to determine our champion. It's going to be a good one. Tane Hodison, Jared Wishon, McConville, Lafrene. I mean, really, like, most of these guys are going to have a good shot at it. Just got to string these results together. I mean, look at the top 10. I mean, everybody's there. Giesbrecht, Packard need to, they'll probably want to have a cleaner race for this chase, but they're all there. Just about. Looking forward to it. Get a couple of weeks off to get ready, to prepare. Race went the distance tonight in regulation, 175 laps. We had 28 green flag lead changes, only 8 cautions for 21 laps. Rich Jet, your hard charger, plus 10. Matthew White led 131 out of the 175 laps this evening. Don't know what happened to our fastest lap, but he had it 29.98. And Mike McConville, your pole sitter here this evening. So congratulations again to your podium drivers, Matthew White, and all the chase drivers. And we'll be back next Monday night for the Monday Night O'Reilly Series regular season finale at Daytona. Take care, and we'll see y'all there.